so earlier today, somebody sent me this meme, and it had a question on it. The question was, would you rather deal with 100 palmetto bug-sized alligators or one alligator-sized palmetto bug? And I felt like the answer to this was clear. Now, being a born and raised Floridian, alligator-sized alligators don't bother us. But let me ask you this. Have you ever been cornered off in the bathroom and that palmetto bug just sitting there and he's looking at you looking at him, and you know that he's about to fly, but he's not about to fly away from you. He's gonna fly at you, and he's trying to do any damage that he can. And you ever try to get out that door, and you thinking you about to make it to the door, and you twist that knob, and next thing you know, all you hear is, y'all know the sound I'm talking about. Y'all know the sound I'm talking about, because all of us just got chills at the same time. Just imagine a palmetto bug bigger than Shaq. Just imagine that. Just sitting there looking at you. Yeah. Answer's quite clear here. I'm gonna take the 100 palmetto bug-sized alligators, because I'm not dealing with that. Nuh-uh, not me. Y'all let me know which one y'all picking in the comments. And that's on Florida. So I know that there's gonna be a lot of non-Floridians that are gonna be at the beach in Florida. So I wanted to give y'all a little checklist to keep y'all safe out here, because Florida is gonna Florida at all times. Now, things you wanna remember: stingray shuffle. Get in the water, shuffle your feet. You don't wanna, stingrays, they don't play. You try to surprise one of them, they might have to sting you. Another thing you wanna look for: riptides. Now, a lot of people think that Florida being the shark attack capital of the world is what make Florida beaches so dangerous. But no, it be these rip currents and these riptides. Speaking of, Florida is the shark attack capital of the world now. Technically, it's New Smyrna Beach. But I don't know if y'all remember, but last year there was a lot of shark attacks that happened everywhere on both coasts of Florida. So keep your head on a swivel, because I guarantee you there's always a shark around. Another thing to remember: this is not a movie. I know you want to go get your food and you want to take it onto the beach. Listen, this is Florida. These seagulls will jump you and take your food. They are about that action. So if you want a situation where you're trying to sit out there and the seagulls are all over you, just everywhere, taking everything you got, don't take your food out there unless you know what you're doing. Next, pick up your trash. Floridians are going to take care of Florida, and Floridians don't like when people that's not from Florida come and mess up Florida. We don't like it. Pick up your trash. Also, cover up your holes, y'all. We love our sea turtles. Cover up your holes. We don't need no problems with the sea turtle. Another one: no-see-ums come out at dusk and dawn. So while you out there trying to get that sunrise, that sunset, you might have to fight off some no-see-ums. And I guarantee you, it's not going to be the beautiful sunset that you see on the movies. Once again, this is Florida. This is not a movie. Next, I know you feel like you want to just leave your shoes in the car because you don't want to get sand in your shoes, and you're just going to walk to the beach. Horrible idea. Horrible idea, because Florida sand feels like lava when you out there trying to walk. So make sure you take your shoes, or it's not going to be a pleasant walk to the water. Next, Florida may have a little flesh-eating bacteria problem. So make sure that you, if you got open wounds, make sure you are cautious, because, little flesh-eating bacteria might just be in there. And I don't know if y'all know this, but Florida is the lightning strike capital of the United States. Just because it doesn't rain does not mean the lightning ain't going to be there. It's Florida. Last but not least, I know that there's a myth that tells y'all that alligators don't be in salt water. This is Florida, y'all. Occasionally you're going to see an alligator at the beach. Everybody like the beach. Now, hopefully with these tips, we don't have no problems this year, y'all. And that's on Florida. Now, recently I released a video letting people know how to live with alligators. Basically, if you leave them alone, they leave you alone. It's how we've existed since the beginning of Floridian and alligator times. You know what I'm saying? But we do get comments like this. Now, first, this lets me know that this person is not from Florida. Second, this person obviously doesn't know how the animal food chain works. But it's all right, because I got you. Now, when I say alligators won't bother you, I mean you, the person, the people. They won't bother you. Now, if you have a small child, you might want to watch your small child when it's around water. Your pet is not a person. As much as you want it to be a person, as much as sometimes your pets act like people. As a pet owner myself, my pets sometimes act like a human. But I know that it's not a human, and when it comes to walking your pets near water, don't do it. Don't do it, because that alligator ain't going to bother you, but your pet is a snack. It's looking like Publix chicken on a Friday afternoon and you don't feel like cooking. You know what I'm saying? You know the family deal? You know the one I'm talking about. So don't walk your pet near water. I don't know what else to say. And that's on Florida. Now, every time I post a video about the animals we have in Florida, there's always somebody from another state that claims that their animals are exactly like the ones that we have in Florida. So I decided to make a series to show you how Florida is different than your state when it comes to the wildlife. First up on the list, y'all, we have Louisiana, because I did a poll and everybody thought that Louisiana and Florida had the same animals. I get it. Swamp, I understand. But I'm finna show y'all level. Now let's start with the animals that we have in common. We got, bears. Both of us have bears. We have panthers. They have a version of the panthers. Or, we've there. Venomous snakes. We both got some venomous snakes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. We got some venomous snakes, y'all. Now, I know if you're from Louisiana, you'll be like, hey, don't forget nutria, because, Louisiana think that they're the only ones that have nutria, but surprise, surprise, Florida. Yeah, Florida has nutria as well, y'all. But now that we got that out of the way, y'all, let's talk about the animals that live in Florida that don't live in Louisiana. Florida has crocodiles, y'all. They are Native American crocodiles. Louisiana doesn't have those. Florida has a python problem. And we're not talking about the little pythons that you might see in the little tank. No, we're talking about monsters, y'all. One of the biggest pythons that was caught in Florida was over 19 feet. I don't know if y'all know, but that's like almost 3 shacks laying, head to toe. Florida is the lightning strike capital of the United States. Now, if we're the lightning strike capital, which means we're one, then that means Louisiana can't be. And to quote the great Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. Florida is the shark attack capital of the world. I'm just saying, it gets real down here. Now, Louisiana does have more alligators than Florida. I will give them that, estimated at around 2 million. Florida's estimated at around 1.3 million. But the weird thing about that is out of the top 10 most alligator populated lakes, 7 of those are in Florida. I don't know, the math ain't mathing to me, but hey, also their alligators don't got to fight with pythons and crocodiles. Florida is also the home of the deadliest tree in the world. Louisiana don't have that. Florida has 80 different species of mosquitoes. It's 80. Louisiana has 60. Florida has the most invasive species than any other state. Y'all, we got monitor lizards, y'all. Florida has an iguana problem. And I'm not talking about no little iguanas, y'all. We talk about monsters. I already did a lizard video. I'm telling y'all, it's different down here. Florida also has the best charter captain you would ever meet. Louisiana don't have that. And last but not least, let's talk about the party animals. Florida has the villages. Louisiana don't have that. Now that we done got that situated, drop the next state y'all want to see compared to Florida, so we can show y'all that it's different. And that's on Florida. Now, when I posted the video showing how Florida is different than Louisiana, of course, we got a lot of people from Louisiana on the comments in their feelings. Now, I don't deal with feelings, y'all. I deal with facts. We even had people that jumped on the post saying things like, Louisiana has monkeys. Louisiana don't have monkeys, y'all, but y'all want to know who do have monkeys? Florida. Florida has 3 different species of monkeys, one of those being the herpes monkeys. Now, I left the monkeys off on purpose because I felt like I tried to even it out a little bit, but of course, y'all didn't want that, so here we are. Finish him. Now, on top of Florida having alligators and crocodiles, Florida also has caiman, y'all. Yes, all trion. Florida also have a giant snail problem that's around here passing around malaria. Shut down a whole county. But of course, Floridian's favorite question was, can we eat them? Because Florida. And of course, I wasn't even gonna make a part 2. But then somebody jumped in the comments and said, Louisiana has just as many hurricanes as Florida.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Now, I can't believe y'all jumped on Florida man's internet and not even did a quick Google search so you can realize how much of a lie that is. This research from 1851 to 2022 will show you that Florida has almost twice the amount of hurricanes than the next state. It's not even counting the 3 that we had last year. Now, hopefully y'all can understand that a lot of times when people compare Louisiana to Florida, they're talking about North Florida, y'all. They're not talking about down here by these Everglades, because it gets crazy down here. And that's on Florida.
British people will never understand what real heat is. Okay, I dare you to go outside in the British heat that is 30 degrees with no air conditioner. Just sit out there for 5 minutes without your nicely furnished air-conditioned house.
Ma'am, I know you lying. There's got to be some type of satire, but we're gonna do it anyways. What's happening? My name is Omgitswicks. I am a born and raised Floridian. Matter of fact, I am a born and raised Southwest Floridian. Now, I did see that y'all are saying y'all are in a heat wave. And for those that don't want to do the math, 30 degrees Celsius is about 86 degrees Fahrenheit. 86 degrees Fahrenheit. is a heat wave. It is about 86 degrees right now with 70% plus humidity. And it feels great outside. Besides the mosquitoes that's trying to take us down. It has rained all day and the sun is going down and it is 86 right now. You want to know what 86 degrees is in Florida? December. That's December for us. While everybody else is getting winter, we're getting 86-degree weather, and that's on Florida. Heat wave at 86 degrees. That is crazy.
I am a born and raised Chicagoan. We relocated to Florida like a week ago. Floridians, y'all are built different, okay? I'm from Chicago. The mannerism and etiquette is so different. I have to really adjust that. I'm like super friendly and kind, and lots of Floridians are not.
What's happening? My name is Omgitswicks, and I am a born and raised Floridian. Now, what I will tell you about Floridians is most of the time we're pretty chill. A lot of the times we literally just minding our Florida business. Most of us are just like the alligators. If you don't bother us, we don't bother you. We can coexist peacefully. Now, the only times you would have an issue with a Floridian is if you're messing with Florida wildlife and nature, because we don't play about our wildlife and nature. It goes down about our wildlife and nature. Or if you're doing below the speed limit in the left lane. Outside of that, we just be chilling. Now, I did see in your caption that you live in Orlando. And I'm not sure about y'all, but I consider Orlando the transplant capital of Florida. I feel like every transplant that moves to Florida moves to Orlando. A lot of the times they're trying to move to the center because they're scared of the hurricane. But I don't know if nobody told y'all about sinkholes, but that's for another video. Now, what I can guarantee you is that you being in the Orlando area, that most of the people you're having rude interactions with are not from Florida. They're transplant, and that's on Florida.
On our way heading to Florida, so we're hearing all kinds of stuff. We're hearing that we need to bring jackets, raincoats, so I understand that it rains there. Now, is the rain like Seattle, like a drizzle rain where you don't even need anything, people still walk around with no umbrellas? Or is it like coming down and all day, or is it just coming down for like 5 minutes and then going away and the sun is out? Like, what do you mean?
What's happening? My name is Omgitswicks, and I am a born and raised Floridian. Now, when you ask about Florida rain, no, it's not like Seattle. It's not going to drizzle. In the summer, we get these afternoon storms, which is why we don't panic when we get hurricanes. Now, as far as the timing of the rain, it could rain for 5 minutes, or it could rain all day like it's been doing today. We like to call these rain without a name. Tropical storm is rain with a name. These are rains without a name. Also, Floridians probably wouldn't recommend an umbrella. You want to know why? Because Florida is the lightning strike capital of the United States. It's a lightning storm out here right now. Also, something to remember when it's raining in Florida is that it could be raining like this in the front, and it could be bright and sunny in the back. Why? Because Florida. Just because it's raining at your house does not mean it's raining at your neighbor's house. So when it comes to Florida rain, just expect the unexpected, and you will be prepared for anything. And that's on Florida.